Right then, people. Hello, how are you all doing? Today is October 1st, and yeah, Mr. MICRØ's ready and eager. We've just landed. We're ready at the set. We're just about to start off with the Saturday Skin Showcase, and let's get moving. Right. Yep. I've got control of my body. That's good. So, Mr. MICRØ, I reckon we should probably start off with the deployables of this week. Could we quickly start off with this ever so interesting looking furnace? So I'm going to quickly make it nighttime, and I'm going to just give this a nice little zoom. So, this right here is the Twisted Furnace, brought in by a Mr. Diaz. As we can see, it has a ever so nice looking twisted design going around and around and around and around. Now, does it have a specific thematic design, like intention? I'm not 100% sure. Like, it's not like a snail or anything, is it? It's just twisted.
Anything. I think it's just sort of a style to it, and I think it looks cool. It's
No
a sculpture job. The stone base looks really nice and clean, well done. It's a well put together skin.
There's a very loud chicken over there. Can you destroy him? Okay. Okay. Well, Mr. MICRØ is very good at his job. So, that is the Twisted Furnace. Now, what was the last furnace that we had accepted? Was it the pineapple? No, it was something else, wasn't it? Let's just turn you off. Extinguish. So it's a nice, interesting, fairly plain design, but it doesn't necessarily stand out that much. And chat, furnaces that don't really stand out that much aren't like super, what's the word? It doesn't really catch the eyes of investors that much. It doesn't get used that much by people in game, which could usually imply that it might struggle as time goes on. And you know what? I have actually forgotten one thing to do, and that is to just quickly take a brief look at what we can see in the SMM section. So let's just quickly do that right now. So I have already put out a video discussing the potential problems with Blackout Poncho. We are kind of following the footsteps of the Arctic Camo Poncho. We have far too many of them selling too quickly. So after about almost 2 days, we're nearing potentially going over 25,000 estimated sales. MICRØ, I hear a deer, destroy him. Now, in second place, we have the Bullseye SAR. I'm a bit surprised by this, because when I first looked at everything, I thought the storage double door would... I thought the storage double door would be probably second or first, but no, it seems to be lacking. And this Twisted Furnace is actually beating it. So as I was sitting there and I was discussing, it's a fair bit plain. Even this is selling more than that, and that's taken me by surprise. Now, the Bullseye SAR, as I was kind of alluding to, I am surprised by, because we very recently did just see the Blackout SAR being accepted, and that did get a whole lot of sales. And I was looking at the Blackout SAR and I thought, this is a perfectly affordable, complete skin for everybody that wants to use the SAR. We'll discuss that more in a bit. Now we see the secret recipe Satchel charges doing perfectly fine. In terms of whether it's going to be a financial success, we shall discuss that in a minute. Obsidian Python has barely hit 8,000, and there's been some talk about it because it does glow. And we'll discuss how well it glows at night time in a bit as well. Zebra Thompson. I always sit here and say Thompson skins are very reliable. They usually are safe investments. The most recent one, the Retro Blast Thompson, has gone below its restore price by a bit, but there's not that many on the market. Overall, we are going through a bit of a down period. Into the full autumn season is usually when we see skin prices go down. And then when we get closer to Christmas, they start going back up, and then they peak around early January time. And last but not least, this hunting assault rifle. I hope you can see it perfectly fine on the video. I do believe you can. Now, Surprise, surprise, this is the lowest selling skin of the week, an AK skin. That's quite rare to see. And we'll discuss that a bit more when we start showing it off in-game. And back to in-game we shall be. So, hello Mr. MICRØ. Are you enjoying yourself? I'm very sorry, I shouldn't have kept you waiting. I did have to give you... It's
I had a
fine.
sofa here, take the load off, relax, enjoy the beautiful weather.
I'm sorry, I really should have done that at the very beginning, but... Yeah, I enjoyed our minicopter ride so much that I completely forgot. Shall we discuss the storage room double door? Because this is a bit of a surprise to me. So, make it nighttime. Chat, for the longest time, I have been complaining about the sheer lack of double door skins being accepted this year, whether it was wood, whether it was a double armored door, whether it was sheet metal double door. Sorry, I'm a bit all over the place. Anyway, we've seen many instances of some very interesting looking double door skins coming out earlier this year, but they were shunned. They weren't accepted, and we could never really figure out as to why that was. Now, as we've mentioned in the past week or two, we've been seeing this room door collection slowly rolling out as a complete collection. We were anticipating a single door for this week, the storage single doors, but surprise, surprise, we instead got the double sheet metal door. And I'm not exactly upset by it, but I don't think many people really desire it. Chat, could you quickly answer something for me? Do you happen to like this or not like this? Because it has a bit of a stigma behind it. So if I just make it daytime again. So we've got some very nice glowing panels as we've seen before in the previous doors. Well, the single doors. Those being the airlock door and the furnace door. We've got the nice wiring all over here as it scoots all the way down here to the bottom panels. So we've got a nice visual for what this is supposed to be, the storage room, with all these various knickknacks and bits and bobs and boxes, and a treasure chest at the top. A nice, quick, simple visual to showcase what it is. But that's helpful for raiders, isn't it? And that's something I want to discuss with you, Mr. MICRØ. So, would you, as someone with loads of experience with Rust, want to use this door in your base?
Probably not for its intended purpose.
No, because that's kind of directing you where everything is. However, you can use it to potentially try and trick people. Behind that door, it could be a trap. And yeah, that's one way of luring people to go the wrong way around your base. But then again, some people might think that, oh, hang on a minute, he's clearly sending us the wrong way, so I'll just go the opposite way. But then they might think above that, and they think, no, hang on a minute, he thinks, I think that it's going that way, but I should go that way instead. So, chat, what do you think? So,
well, if you've watched the Twitch Rivals and where they have these, you know, or really any streamer, individual streamer who plays in a big clan, a lot of people love the neon boxes or any of the labeled storage sets because they help keep people organized. And in a lot of those layouts, they really aren't even keeping those boxes in rooms. You know, they're just on shelves. I mean, ideally they would have some form of protection in addition to a lock, you know, in a locked room also. But in certain gameplay styles, it's very desirable to have your stuff well labeled and identified. And maybe you just don't care if they know where it is. So for that segment of people, this is actually a pretty cool door. I mean, we do have the airlock and the furnace door, and it fits those styles very well. And for a vast number of people, it's really not an issue. Now, on the flip side of that, if you're a vanilla player, which is where I have much of my experience, you probably want to do everything you can to avoid giving away that kind of information. So it may not fit a more traditional or vanilla gameplay style.
sorry.
But let's be honest, in a true Rust progress of a wipe, and I'm talking vanilla, and I'm talking, let's just say a hypothetical situation. You build a a 2x2, which is very common. Ultimately, if you're going to have some loot rooms there and you're not planning on expanding out your base to be huge, more than likely you've put a wall frame and a double door so that you can eventually get a garage door down when you learn the blueprints. Double sheet doors are default blueprints, so you can just put those up right away, have reasonable security. And in that interim period where your base is probably stone, you don't have garage doors yet, you may not even have honeycomb, it doesn't make much difference if people know what's on the other side of that door. It's a 2x2. Obviously, that's where the loot is. So it's a cool looking skin. It's got the emissive. It lights up in the dark and it matches some other doors you may already have. I say go for it. I think it's cool that it's we have another a glowing double sheet door here. For people who want it, it fits their aesthetic. Good buy, good purchase. For someone else who doesn't, who thinks very cautiously about what clues they give away about where their loot is, maybe it doesn't fit their gameplay style. But I do think it has a place in Rust, especially considering the single sheet doors. So I welcome it. I think it's cool.
I would bring up one extra point in that, especially with last year, I do get the feeling that we're probably going to be seeing some double doors for Halloween. And that has been a trend in the past. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see some more for Halloween and Christmas. So if you're going to sit here and say, oh, these are like these are probably going to be the only double sheet metal doors we get this year, well, hold on, because we might possibly see some more. Because if Face Punch isn't likely going to accept double doors during the year, they're a whole lot more lax and more, with what I've seen, they like creative designs a whole lot more in regards to Halloween time. Like, we have seen some very wacky things being accepted before that they probably wouldn't accept before, like glow-in-the-dark armour, for example. They know that's usually quite a bad idea and people wouldn't exactly want to wear that, but they've accepted it for Halloween and Christmas before and whatnot. So I wouldn't be surprised if we do see more double door skins potentially soon for Halloween and Christmas time. So if you're looking at this thinking, we're probably definitely 100% not going to be getting another double sheet metal door skin this year, don't think 100%. Don't think in assurances. We were surprised to see this week, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see some more during October. So, what's you got out here? Oh, I thought you were about to whip something out. Oh, what?
Well, what I could do is just quickly put up as an example the fact that this is a continuation. We could just show off one of the other doors from the set.
Yep. Because, I was expecting a single, but we got a double. Are we going to get another double? That's another thing. Are we potentially going to see another double door in this collection? This seems to be like the graffiti storages, the scientific storages, the neon storages. It looks like we're getting a door every single week. So, is it very likely that we might see another double door room door? Keep that in mind. So it's not just the holiday themed things, it's also the very collection it's in as well. So keep an eye out and be prepared for that. So I think that's all of the deployables for this week, Mr. MICRØ. Any Yep, just for this week. So shall we start discussing the likes of the very nice looking I shouldn't say it. It's what is it? CFM. Yeah, I love some CFM. Do you like CFM? Would you like to take a bite? You want grab a piece, take a big old bite out of that. So another satchel charge. Now, quite recently, we did show off Spraycan. I thought that was being accepted. But for the life of me, I was not anticipating seeing the secret recipe collection continuing. So earlier this year, was it earlier this year or late last year? We got the bucket helmet, which is currently being pumped up in price at the moment. But that was a very silly, wacky hat to be accepted. And now we've got a wacky satchel charge. But again, with what we spoke about before. Actually, you don't mind if I just chuck this as an example, do you? I'm going to destroy your... I don't mean to destroy your work, Mr. MICRØ. So yeah, as we can see, let's just get a nice zoom in on that. Yeah, looking nice. And then it's going to be a dud, isn't it? It's going to be a dud.
Quick,
look at you.
Is this satchel charge going to go off? Type 1 if yes, 2 for no.
Is it? Is it? Is it? Is it? Hey, there we go. All right. So everybody who believed, it blew up in your face. So Mr. MICRØ, how about we get a nice little look at you holding that in the nice pose? Let's go in your nice pose area, MICRØ.
You know what's funny is I have the icon on my hotbar, but the skin for me in first person looks like a normal satchel. So it's like the skin's not loading.
MICRØ, it's not there. It's not there. You got to drop it on the floor. It's not working. We had this problem earlier. Oh no! It doesn't exist. Wait, if I no.
In third person it shows.
It does for third person. Could you grab another one? And stand over there. That's weird. I'll keep staring it at the floor over here. Oops.
I got a new one.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I can see that one. All right. All right. You be quiet. All right. We've got a showcase to do. So, how about we get the don't antagonise it. Can you turn the lights on, please, Mr. MICRØ? And we'll... Yeah, it's all dark. I want to get your good side. Right, hello, Mr. MICRØ. So we did have a bit of a discussion last week when we looked at the Spraycan satchel charge, and we did have a bit of a discussion whether people actually would want to put the time and effort into skinning them, because it is a bit of an annoying process to even build or craft. I should have said craft a satchel charge. And by the time you've built it, you're just like, oh, I just want to chuck it at a door now. I'm done with it. So I have seen instances where some older skins have value, because there's a lot less of them in circulation, of course. Oh, we've got some ingredients over here. Ooh, I'm going to learn you the secret recipe. But yeah, like, they don't seem to be super invested into skins. Like, if you go check all the most recent satchel charge skins, next to none of them are in the positive. It's only the older ones that are viable investments. So would you agree with that statement again, Mr. MICRØ, where you probably just don't really have the time to put in to even bother skinning it?
They are not something that lasts very long in the Rust world. So if you're crafting satchels, you're going to go use them pretty much right away. And on the other hand, if you have satchels that you found someplace, maybe you looted them from a military crate, or you got them in a raid or something, wherever, you may take them home and skin them. But yeah, it's just, they don't have the same appeal as some other things that you can wear or deploy in your base. Like, yes, you can wear these on your hip, and yes, you can deploy them like during a raid, but other than that, you don't spend much time looking at them, and they're very short-lived between when you get them or make them and when you use them. It's just, if you have a limited budget, this might not be something that you're going to focus on.
Right then, so you can go chuck that behind you, and I'm going to take a nice quick look at this. Oh, the Python. Actually, I might need you to help me with a demonstration. Yeah, you can chuck it behind you. It's all good. I want to discuss...
I'm just looking for we have a compost pile here.
Yeah.
I want to feed the animals or do something with it.
But... So chat, whilst he's quickly doing that, I want to show you something. Here we have the Obsidian Python. This. Oh, actually, I should have quickly pointed out, Algorithm made the secret recipe satchel charge. And the Obsidian Python, made by Mr. Neville, he's got a bit of an extra name to it, but his name is Neville. I'll just refer to him as Neville. It's a perfectly fine, nice aim sight, but there's something interesting. So I'll just quickly inspect it during the daytime, but let's make it nighttime. And I had to go stand in the darkness. Don't worry, you don't need to turn all the lights off. Let's go take a look at it when I inspect it at night time now. Do you vaguely see the outline? Chat, this glows in the dark, but only the outline of the... so if I were to look at it during the day again, do you see like the outlines, the edges? Or I don't want to say they're like ripples. What would you call that, Mr. MICRØ, on the texture? It's
ripples is kind of good.
Yeah, you can see it in the light there. Do you see that, chat? And then when it's nighttime, it sticks out, and you can probably just vaguely see that. Now, someone mentioned this to me, and they wondered if this is going to be pay to win. If you aim down, you can vaguely... So if I put my pistol in the sky, you might notice it a bit more. As I bring it down, you might notice it a bit more. Do you vaguely see the outline of the Python? There's some very noticeable slight glowing on the rim, or on the circular rim side of the Python. And someone suggested, oh, you could figure out where that is at night time, and that can help you be able to aim. But the thing is, though, is it's only the circular bit of the pistol, not the actual aim sight part. So, MICRØ, do you think this is helpful with shooting someone at night? What do you think?
Personally, I don't. I know there's some other weapons that are considered in the glow category, like not quite glow sights, but I think there's correct me if I'm wrong here, like a hot-tempered revolver, and I think that has a bit of a glow aspect to it, but in my opinion, it doesn't do a lot to help you aim. And with this gun, I don't consider this at all in any way helpful in terms of aiming or helping with assisting you at shooting at nighttime. Like, I just don't see it.
Right, if we get a bit of a distance between each other, and I'd make it nighttime. I hope it's nighttime for you as well. Actually, I can see you in the dark. Yep. Right, I'm going to try and shoot MICRØ. I think I hit him there. Move slightly if you can.
Yeah,
Yeah, it ain't happening, chat, and I can't see him. How about you shoot? No, right. It's not working. Chat, it's not help. Alright, point made, MICRØ. You don't have to do it.
I had to reload. I didn't have a...
How about you go strike a pose? So, it's there, but helpful? No. not very helpful.
Cool. I mean, if anything, it's just sort of a cool factor. You know, it has like a very, very slight touch of glow. And as Mr. Metatron says, if you want glow sights, just get a glow sight app. They're cheap. And not to mention, in-game, there's a crosshair, and you can essentially quickscope. So if you pre-aim or have your crosshair roughly oriented right, when you sort of just like right-click and quickly tap fire, I mean, it's really not too tough. So I don't want the glow at nighttime. I'm okay with a glowing sight, but I don't want a glowing gun. It's just distracting to me. And honestly, if the glow was any brighter, it would be sort of pay to lose at that point. So I think it's a nice, clean design. It's a nice sculpt. I like the facets on the ripples on the barrel. I think it's a cool skin. It's I would not argue that it provides a benefit in terms of PvP. But other than that, it's cool that it matches the bow. And for all you Python lovers out there, maybe it matches or goes with one of your fits.
So it's a nice design. I do like it. It's got a cool effect. And it's nice to see a continuation. Because this is actually an extra late skin. This was one of the random skins of the week that was late. So we thought Complete the Sets was kind of over with. No, we got some extra skins that were extra late. 3 of them to be exact. So this is one of them. part of the Obsidian collection. I hope you remember the bow. Oh, what a lovely looking reload there, Mr. MICRØ. So, after looking at that, how about we take a nice quick look at the AK. AK's got a nice talking point, hasn't it? Because I wanted to discuss something that I noticed in that quick look into the SCMM. The data for this AK at the moment, it's not actually selling very well. So let's just give it a nice quick shooty shoot. Yep, quick reload. Looking very nice. It's got a nice design to it. Hunting collection. It has the L96 and cool. What was the other one? Was it hunting? I can't remember the second one. Oh, I might not be a maniac for skins as bad as I thought I was. What's the one? What's the other one that came out fairly recently? What was the other gun, Mr. MICRØ?
The thing is, there's another sort of similar type of gun, but I think it's a different author.
Yeah. Okay. I know it is part of a collection. I just can't remember all of them. But just know... go on.
In this collection, there's the AK and the L9.
Yeah.
And then according to SCMM, there's also a bow that's part of it, which I'm not sure that that's true or not, but we'll just go with it.
Would you like to strike a pose with the AK, good sir?
Sure. You want me to get the L9 in here to show that too?
We could show off the L9 as well. Couldn't hurt.
Yeah, let me pull out the AK.
Lovely.
You could do that while I bring in the other one.
Right, so here is the hunting assault rifle made by Mr. Bad Trip. Nice, cool design. Nice, cool design. However, as we've seen in the SCMM, after almost 2 days, this is the lowest selling skin of the week so far. And is this an expected trend to happen? What are you talking about, Hedge? What are you on about? Well, I have made a joke over the past, several weeks, months now. Every time we get a new AK, I'm like, guys, we are oversaturated with AKs. We are oversaturated with options. And this would be a consequence, I guess would be the answer. Basically, with so many AK skins coming out, there's going to become a point where everyone's like, I've already got an AK skin. I'm alright, I don't need to get a new one. And it kind of looks like people just don't feel it for this current AK. Let's just get it at night time. Oh, you can see the lighting all there on the texture. Oh, that looks cool. But yeah, chat. Did you look at this and you think, I could pass for this week? Because I think a whole lot more people must have done that. And we are seeing the effect of, if you keep adding an AK-47 skin every other week, so every 2 or 3 weeks, we're going to start seeing people buying them a whole lot less. So let's get a nice zoom in on that to the side. Yeah.
People may not have gotten tired of the ones they just bought.
Yes, exactly that. We did have some interesting looking designs come out this year, whether it was the Pixel, the Dragon Rage. They've all looked very, very nice. Why would you want to swap it over now? Are you about to whip out the L96? Yeah, there we go.
I didn't mean to do that, but okay.
Yeah, that's fine. I was anticipating it. So this came out like late last year, didn't it? Because the last L96 skin that we got this year came out back in February. So let's just get nice.
Well, I didn't mean to change my shirt is what I meant. I did mean to pull out the L9.
Ah. So I just kind of need to get a good point of focus. There we go. Yeah, that's it. The nice wood carving of all the deer. Looking very, very nice. They'll make it night time. It stands out even better.
Hey, look, we got some... Oh, I have no ammo.
What
a shame.
Yes. Put it to good use. Yes. Oh, you ran out of ammo already? Oh, I got away. Yeah. Yeah.
There's another one, though.
Yeah. Where is he?
I hear him. There he is.
We put it to good use.
The first one had only a little bit of health, and the second one had a bunch.
Right. Well,
I only had one shot on him.
Well, here's the tank of the group.
I guess so.
Here's the tank. He got all the aggro, but everyone else died because skill issue. Right then. So, do you feel like there's a fatigue? Do you feel like people are just getting a bit too tired of AK skins for now? I have mentioned that there is the trend every single year around at this point where skin prices tend to go down. Do you reckon people are just probably saving their money? And as you said, they might not be tired of the skins they've already bought this year. So what do you think, like, do you feel there's fatigue, Mr. MICRØ?
Oh yeah, I mean it could easily be a matter of people not yet being tired of what they've already bought. Maybe they bought 4 or 5 AKs this year, or perhaps it's a fund allocation matter. They've already in the recent few weeks maybe have spent a bunch, and this is not a very spendy week. Remember, it's the week before monthly wipe, so we tend to see people straying, from the game. Then they all come back for that big monthly content wipe. So this time of the month is always a little bit iffy when it comes to sales, and almost sometimes can be a little experimental with what we see on the skin store. So that's just another view or another perspective you might consider.
Yeah, chat doesn't seem to be invested into this one either, unfortunately. And this skin's going straight to metal. Oh, don't be so mean. We do see a lot of AK prices going all the way down to the matching price of metal, though. That is a valid point. And of course, a lot of them get destroyed and turn into metal. But then, with a lot less of them in existence, because they've all been turned into metal, they become quite valuable. Ooh. So that's a story for another day. Mr. MICRØ, shall we discuss the new SAR? We have the SAR right here. This is made by a Mr. If I could just refresh my head. GXT Face. I do believe this is his second skin ever accepted. Congratulations to you, good sir. And it's got a very nice, helpful aim sight. Its tip is just a bit brighter than the rest of it. Red is helpful for most environments, helpful for shooting wildlife. Yes, the deers. Yes. Give it a nice reload. All good, all good. And we'll do a nice quick inspection. It's got 1337 there. It's got some nice. It's got a nice tally to the side of it. And Mr. MICRØ, I will like to use you as a nice model. MICRØ, where's your beard gone?
Keeping it clean this week.
Okay, it's in the wash. So yeah, it's got a cool looking skull on the side, and it's got a tally. Hang on a minute. It's only going up to 4. Hey, he doesn't know how to count. MICRØ. I can only count to 4. I can only count to 4. I can't get the rhythm for that, but MICRØ, I did have a bit of a thought about this though, because we very recently did just see a very nice and interesting looking SAR skin, the Blackout. That was literally about 2 weeks ago, and I initially thought, well, hang on a minute, this is a nice straightforward style skin. It's got a very helpful red aim sight. And I just thought to myself, surely nobody's going to want to buy any of the newer SAR skins and whatnot. What do you reckon in regards to like this one, for example? It is selling quite nicely. Not the top selling skin of the week, mind you. But would you...
I think it's...
Go on then.
I think it's dark. I think it's edgy. I think those are things people love in Rust. I think it has sort of almost a Halloween type of vibe. I mean, it's not outright Halloween-y, but it's appropriate for the darker, spookier months, I might say. It's pretty cool. I do like the sight picture. The red gives a good contrast in a lot of environments. And it's a skin that feels like it fits in the game.
This or Blackout? I'm seeing people's query.
Question.
What would you prefer out of...
Do you mean if I had to choose between the two SARs?
That looks like it is a question to you. Would you pick this or the Blackout? Just reading what chat's asking.
Honestly, I don't dislike the Blackout. I just personally don't think I would use it. I have other SAR skins I like better. Now, that's not to say anything against it, because it's a well-made skin and the sights on it are very good. To be honest, and this is a very difficult choice to make. I might lean towards this. If you gave me the option of the two, I might pick this one.
Ooh.
But that's because I wasn't using my Glory SAR, or I wasn't using my Ops SAR. But if you're talking just pure style, the Blackout is a little too try-hard for me. And that's opinion, right? As far as its effectiveness in stealth and camouflage, I think the Blackout ranks higher. In terms of pure sight picture, I think the Blackout might technically be a little better. But I like this. I mean, I like the sight, and I like the design on the weapon, so it's cool. The only thing I would personally take marks off on this is the bullseye that you see when you ADS.
Oh, yeah.
It's not really distracting, but a friend of mine pointed this out, you know, that it sort of does stand out when the light is right, and you end up almost unconsciously focusing on that. You get like target fixation. You just, in my mind, once he called it to my attention, I couldn't unsee it, and it was just almost sort of blinding in certain environments. And it's a subtle thing. It's not actually blinding. It doesn't make it hard to see. But in my mind's eye, there's just a little bit of clutter that, you know, it disrupts my field of view ever so slightly. And then once I start thinking about it, I can't unthink. It's like all I can think about. So
it is. It's like, I'm not sure if it's the choice of colours or the pattern, but it definitely makes you want to look at it in a weird way. It's eye-catching when it shouldn't be. I should be looking at my aim sight, not the bullseye. Oh, that is weird. That's a weird eye trick.
I think that's a ever so slight thing I would take a mark off for. It's purely in my mind, I think, in terms of if you were in the heat of the moment, you know, PvP situation, it would be such a minor thing. And also considering you might be fighting in the snow or somewhere else where that doesn't really have as high of a contrast, you know, it's meaningless. It doesn't mean anything at that point. So it's just a very minor criticism.
It's like the first thing. I guess it depends on your attention span or just the type of person that you are. It definitely takes my attention quite quickly. But for a more focused individual, it probably doesn't matter too much. Alright, no worries then. But that's a very nice point that you brought up there. Thank you very much for that, Mr. MICRØ. And
do you want to contrast it against the Blackout just because we had a specific request to...
Go on then. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Do you have the link for it? If you could quickly pass that on over to me.
I do. Well, here, I'll just spawn in two of them if you want to show one
please.
In your hands too.
So I'm just going to turn off that.
On the floor next to you is the other one. Well, it's over here now.
Oh, there it is. That's where have I put it? I didn't pick it up. Did you drop one to me?
Did you really not pick it up?
It's fallen through the cracks. I'll grab it myself, don't worry.
No, here. Here's another one.
Oh. Very well. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh, don't freeze on me now. Oh, we're alive. Okay, sorry about that. That was... should not have tempted fate there. Not on the 700th stream. So, chat. Oh, mate, I'm actually sweating because of that. Right, so... Nice, quick, no problems, simple design. Here, it's there. Daytime, evening time. Simple, shoot. It's up to you, what do you reckon? If I were to run over here, I've got to aim. What was the first thing that you saw?
It's aesthetics. It's really personal preference.
One over here.
I think it makes a very minor difference at all.
Yeah.
If you know how to use the SAR, then it doesn't matter that much.
It's all good.
If you really play the game and you really know how to shoot the SAR, it won't make a difference anyway.
Well then, shall we finish off with the last weapon of this week to showcase, that being another extra late skin right here. We have the Zebra Thompson, made by Mr. Firefly. We saw some, what did we see earlier this year? We saw was it a Zebra AK and a Zebra LR300, if I'm correct. They did not do that well financially. Now, it does have a very nice standout purple aim sight. In most environments, during the day, during the evening, maybe not so much at night. It does reflect pretty quickly, kinda. But, yeah, Thompson skins are reliable. Yeah.
Or an MP5 too.
Oh, yeah, there is an MP5, that's correct. I bought them. So let's just get a nice quick look at you, Mr. MICRØ, holding it ever so nicely with your handsome, handsome hands. Let's just get a quicker zoom on. So, did you laugh? Do you... Shut up.
No, I was...
Yeah, that's it. Be flattered. Smile with your beardless face. What do you think in terms of the colour scheme? Because the black and white...
Sexy. It's pure sexy.
Very well.
What it's meant to be, right?
Okay. If that's the answer we're going to go with.
It matches my underwear.
What I was saying is this: if we just talked about like the use of colours on a skin just a minute ago on the SAR, how it can accidentally be eye-catching. Well, we're I think I'm freezing a bit. Chat, am I freezing a bit? Oh, hang on a minute. Oh, I think we're all right now. Sorry about that. Let's go back to the zoom on Mr. MICRØ. Mr. MICRØ, how are you doing? Are you looking ever so lovely with the Zebra Thompson? Sorry. I noticed that I was lagging, so I wanted to make sure chat was all right. So, we've got a nice looking Thompson skin, and in terms of financial interest, will it do rather well as time goes on? There's a very good chance that it's going to be perfectly okay, but I do anticipate that it's going to go below its restore price for a while. We have noticed that recently with the retro parts. It was retro parts? Blast. Sorry, there's another thing. Sorry about that. Retro Blast Thompson has gone below its restore price, but there's not that many of them on the market. And with the Thompson still maintaining its position as one of the most used guns currently in the game, still has very good and high gun demand, people are going to still desire to use the skins. And as time goes on, especially during post-Christmas time, we can expect the prices of these to steadily increase more and more and more, higher and higher. They tend to be the most reliable skins to invest into. I'm noticing problems zooming in on this skin. My computer does not like this. I don't know why. That's nothing to do with the skin, mind you. It's still a reasonable, okay investment, but when we talk about it in the 48-hour discussion, we're going to have to talk about whether we want to proceed in actually buying it, or maybe just doing a very decent buy order on it. As of now, I think it's okay, but the collection hasn't exactly, made people go mad for it. So yeah, Mr. MICRØ, I think I'm just going to zoom out from there because my computer doesn't like it, and I'm worried about the video.
I think it does have a bit of limited appeal. I would describe this as pimps only.
Yeah, it's a strange color combination. I don't know. Do you remember? Here's a good answer. Do you remember when we were talking about the Skullkiller collection? We had the Skullkiller weapons, pure bright blue, but we had nothing to go with it. And we didn't see them do very well for a long time. But what made people suddenly want to use Skullkiller weapons again? Skullkiller armor and clothing. The very second that started to appear, everybody started buying out all the Skullkiller weapons again and actually using them. Go look in the past. Go look at how they behaved every time we saw a core piece appear, whether it was the tier 3, the clothing, or the tier 2. They spike up in price every time. But would we potentially see a zebra armor and clothing in the future? We shall see. No, I'm not ruling it out. It'd be an interesting design to see, but will it actually get made? I guess that's up to the creator. Mr. MICRØ, I do believe we have one more skin for this week. Could you put on the ever so lovely looking black... Oh, I see there's a bear in the background. I'll keep my eyes on you, don't worry. Yeah. Let's get a nice zoom. Oh, stand still, MICRØ.
I'm looking for him. I want to.
He's in the tree. He's in the tree. Chat, you can see that, right? It's right next to his left leg. There he is.
Oh, I see him.
Yes.
I thought that was something else that we were testing with earlier.
So whilst he's shooting a bear, how about I get a nice quick look at this? So chat, we saw this appear earlier this week on Monday, and we actually had 2 designs. We had a fully solid okay, this is version 2. So the original didn't have like the tattered, like what would you call this design? You could sit there and say it's like
distressed. Yeah.
Yeah, distressed. It's been worn out. It's been damaged. It's showing its age in a way. But oh, am I lagging again? I'm lagging again. MICRØ, I think I'm going to need you to come closer to me. Yeah, I'm noticing that I lag. So I think if I just inspect you like this, we should be alright. I'm sorry about that. I've noticed it. And I'm going to make sure I avoid it.
Once we move to that new machine you got built, all our problems should go away.
We'll be on a new computer next week, don't you worry. Everything will be alright soon. So I think this will be what we'll have to deal with for now. So what we can see right here, I just want to see if it looks alright if I press O and look around you now. So we've got the tattered design, and I'm not against it, and I don't think it's going to badly affect its pricing. Yeah, we can see it all in the light there. So at night time, it still does help you out quite a lot. Still looking pretty good. It should still help you out. So as long as you also wear like black clothing as well, you've still got your nighttime camouflage. And for $2, how could you say no? Yeah, so you might need to kill more bears to get more hide, Mr. MICRØ. I don't blame you for keeping an eye out for him. Should we see how well you look at night time if you were to walk into the darkness? He disappears into the night, unseen. He is invisible to most. The silent killer. Actually, he's got a very loud weapon, so... And we'll send it back to night... daytime. Nighttime. Daytime. Nighttime. Yay! So, it does help out. And you do have to pair it with some reasonably dark clothing to get the best out of it. But it is fairly decent protection, and it is going to help you out at night time in the snowy areas as well. So we have recently seen the Arctic camo poncho come out, and that had far too many sales. With far too many sales, we clearly saw oversaturation with almost 38,000 sales in total. We've now seen almost 700 of them appear in the market. Its price is starting to go down pretty badly, with loads of stock being thrown on the market. I am seeing the exact same thing happening with this poncho at the moment. Now, I'll discuss more about it on the 48-hour talk, but do keep an eye out for this because it is also abnormal. We do not need to rush into buying it. So that, Mr. MICRØ, I think we should move on to the workshop skins. Shall we get onto those? Oh,
sure. That sounds like a great idea.
Do you have anything else that we could probably bring up? I hope I haven't forgotten anything. You do?
Well, you mean commentary or insight? I don't think I have much to say.
Well, I could quickly point out Blackout Poncho is made by MDE. Thank you very much. And, yeah, continue. No,
I think it's cool that Helk chose the distressed version or the worn version. I'm not sure if he had a name other than V1 and V2, but I like this. That's a little ripped up, little torn and tattered, and
fishnet stockings.
I like it.
That's what I was trying to say. Dun
Oh,
dun
see,
dun dun
my
dun
zebra tummy
dun.
back
Yeah. Dun dun
set
dun
Mm.
dun dun
Do a
dun dun dun
little dance here.
dun dun. Yeah. Las Vegas dancing showgirl, Mr. MICRØ. All right. Yay! Look at him dance. Look at him dance, chat. Send him your praise. Right then. So, let's start showing off the skins in the workshop, Mr. MICRØ. If you could go stand in your position with the Glister bow. Right, so we saw the... Oh.
No, go ahead. I just need to grab him out of the box.
Yep, that's all good. I was just going to show it off. So, last week we saw the inclusion of the Glister bow. Crossbow. Glister crossbow was accepted in the second week of Complete the Sets. Or Complete the Sets 1.5. We make a joke out of it, but it still counts as Complete the Set, so that was accepted. And now we see that we've got a new bow skin. Let's just shoot that in the sky. Yeah. Oh, I don't have any more arrows. Oops. I can't reload. Right, Mr. MICRØ, let's just see if everything's going to work out for this now. So, Mr. MICRØ, if you could bring out your bow, and I'll keep an eye on the stream. Right, very cool looking design. Let's just get a nice zoom on that. Yes, it's looking ever so nice and colourful, bright and sparkly. Looking very good. Very nice, yes.
Why is my head at that weird angle?
I don't know, but let's just get a nice side zoom. I'm just keeping an eye on to make sure that it looks good. Ooh. It's got a very loud noise to it. Didn't realise that. But it's got a very, very, very nice colour there. So, nice and bright rainbow. And it doesn't end on red, but the whole string is red. So that's a nice design choice there for the collection itself. Cool. Very, very nice. Now, MICRØ, bow skins and bows in general, how often do bows actually get used? I did make a point before with some previous bow skins that at some point everybody's going to be using a bow at some point, and clearly there's an opportunity to use a bow skin. But like, how often are you actually going to be going outside using a bow? Because it doesn't sound like the best thing to use in a PvP environment.
Well, yeah, I will say that for the unexperienced, maybe it's worse of a problem because bows can be hard to shoot. But for most people, basically every wipe starts with a bow. Now, if you're playing a modded server, something may start you off with a kit, or you walk in the door with a Revy. In that case, you obviously probably won't use a bow. But if you're playing a more conventional gameplay style, like I said, almost every wipe starts with a bow. Now, once you progress past it, you may not find yourself using it that much. But or in those instances, like once you have better guns, the times that you do use a bow will be highly situational, and like the skin doesn't matter that much. But I think bows have a place. I mean, one significance of bow PvP is like the bleed, you know, or it's just you get shot with an arrow. They do a lot of damage, so they're a viable weapon. It's just a question of how quickly you move past it. Maybe you prefer other weapons like the compound bow or the crossbow. You know, there are other things that might take its place pretty quickly or just by preference. So on the whole, bow skins probably don't have as big of a place in the overall scheme of Rust, but they are a core part of gameplay, I would say, at least early game, primitive. And for people like myself, I mean, I happen to have a particular fondness for the primitive stages of wipe. I kind of wish that would last longer. Those fights are more fun. The time to kill is longer. You have time to get your adrenaline up and really, have a good bow fight. Nothing like a good bow fight. But let's be honest, it's not a huge part of the overall scheme of things.
Well, can't have too many things. You can't have what you like most, have it too much. You can't have it too much, Mr. MICRØ, otherwise you'd live in an ideal, happy world. And Rust isn't like that, is it? It wouldn't be fun if it was that way. If it was too easy, other people have to exist and you have to fight over the same fun. In a weird way, that's exactly it. You're fighting over the fun. That is actually a weird analogy. Anyway, moving on. We have other things to show off. The continuation of the JPEG collection. So recently we did see the Tier 3. I'm still hoping to potentially see that. Maybe Wipe Day. We'll see. But for now... Oh, that seems a bit weird there. What if I did it during the day? Yeah, that was weird. It didn't look very nice there. Yeah. Yes. And then the Hatchet. Looking very good. Let's just practice my Hatchet throw. Yes. Spot on. So, Mr. MICRØ, let's get a nice zoom on you, because I don't think this will probably be accepted. Based on what we're about to see coming out very, very, very soon, as of next week, what are we about to see, Mr. MICRØ?
A new DLC, potentially. I'm not sure when. I guess I'm assuming it's probably going to be for Force Wipe. In fact, maybe they did mention it would be for Force Wipe. So
apparently,
next week, we can expect the Lumberjack suit with, which is a Hazy skin, carries the same stats as a normal hazmat suit. And there's, I'm told, 4 tools. I've seen, I don't know if there's anything else that's unannounced, but as of now, we know it's a hazmat skin and 4 tools, which are basically reskins of the stone and metal tools.
So I just kind of don't feel like they would accept this, because we know the 4 tools are stone and regular hatchet and pickaxe. It would probably be... what's the word? Like, they don't want people to spread their money around, or like they don't want people to potentially focus another hatchet and pickaxe when they're trying to sell DLC for hatchets and pickaxes. So I just get the feeling they probably don't want to bring these in. Now seems like not the best of timing. Could you bring out the hatchet?
Redundant.
Yeah. So, like, what's the point in, introducing something which has a skin coming out in the DLC that's just got a whole lot more detail and interesting design to it? Don't want to sound mean, but you can clearly see the difference in what they're about to bring out on the DLC compared to, well, if you have seen it. We can't show it on this server, can we, unfortunately? But the different design for the saw / what's supposed to be the hatchet and the pickaxe and the stone tools, it looks awesome. But Mr. MICRØ, could you bring in the hatchet? The JPEG hatchet. Sure. Yes, you could even lift it up as if you're about to throw it. Yes. Oh, actually, I need to go around there. Looking very nice. Cool design. This is made by Mr. GBG. I should also quickly point out that the Glister bow was made by Mr. Samota. I repeat, Mr. Samota. So, yep, and this right here is the JPEG tools made by a Mr. GBG. He did get quite... Oh, here's looking at you, kid. Now throw it. No, not the chat. No. Oh, chat's dead. MICRØ, we don't have an audience anymore now. Damn you. Right. So I guess that's a good showcase of the JPEG tools. How about we get the interesting design of these stone tools? What am I holding right here? That would be... It definitely is stone tools. This is the lightweight stone hatchet and stone pickaxe. Now, this I'm not 100% sure would be allowed. I like the design of it, but I think it's also a bit counterintuitive in its design. I don't think that's the right wording. But like, this isn't supposed to be metal. but it's got the appearance of metal. And I'm not sure if that's good. Do you get what I mean?
I don't think anyone will mistake this for first of all, it's not super impacting to gameplay like armor or clothing would be, if that's deceptive, because that can really influence whether you choose to engage a target or not, is how well armed they are. In this case, if you run up on somebody using this tool, they're probably out farming, and you can tell they're farming with a stone tool. You can hear the sound of it, and you can see the silhouette of it is very clearly a stone tool. So I don't think it changes a whole lot in terms of gameplay. And even though it's a little misleading or deceptive or not properly aligned with its tier, it should be a stone tool, wood and stone, and here it's made from metal. I would let that slide. I mean, it doesn't break the game or anything.
So let's just get a nice side zoom. It does reflect light a lot. I was just quickly showcasing that. It reflects light very nicely, whereas the regular tools, the JPEG tools, do not. So it is very nicely designed to showcase that it is actually, in theory, supposed to be metal for its skin, but it's not actually metal. So just pointing it out, it's not metal tools. No. These are 100% stone tools. Oh, I've got a bit of a skip there. I think we're all right. How about we do it at early dawn? Looking very nice. Just get a nice spin around. But again, stone tools. Just as we're about to get the lumberjack pack. And we are about to get stone tools in the lumberjack pack. So I don't imagine they're going to be accepted. Could you also show the stone hatchet, please, Mr. MICRØ? Oh, we're getting some freezing there, apparently. We're getting some freezing there. Let's just let's try again. So do you have the hatchet out? Let's just get it. Looking very cool. Right in the sun. Ooh. Sorry, chat. I'll behave. So let's get that during the day. It's cool. Yep. Nice, interesting, shiny chunk of metal that's supposed to be stone. Cool. Right, Mr. MICRØ, would you like to just show what it looks like as you hold it to throw it? Yeah, spot on. Where's he going to chuck it? Let's find out. Oh, hey. Ah, damn it. Oh, where's that gone? Anyway. So, if I were to quickly go and check what we have next. We do not have any other weapons or tools, so I guess it's time to start showing off the clothing. Mr. MICRØ, do you have the bandana? To be specific, actually quickly, just to point out those lightweight tools made by Mr. Robstar. Lightweight tools made by Robstar. And as we can see, it's a continuation of Spraycan. So, Spraycan collection, continuing on with some interesting designs. Right here we have the Spraycan bandana. Now, quite recently, what did we just have accepted? The Dragon Rage bandana. And that did quite nicely, didn't it? It did very comfortably, all based on the fact that we don't get many bandana skins. Did we ever get a bombing bandana? I do remember a bit of a cool, interesting sort of graffiti style design in the past, but I don't fully remember, Mr. MICRØ. Was there a cool urban style sort of bandana skin before? No.
I don't think we've had something with this sort of jazzy.
Yeah. We'll have to look at it
layout
later, but that leaves a nice opening for potentially being accepted, and it's got a very nice batch of visuals. Mr. Loddy, creator of this skin.
We do have Rainbow Pony.
Yeah, that's what I was probably thinking of.
Egg Thief is kind of loud, maybe, if you will, but we don't have anything that kind of fits the graffiti or art, not artistic. But yeah, I'd say it's rather unique.
I like it. I like it. Let's get up real close. Yeah, I think it's alright. It's just a case of, do you want that? What could that go well with? We don't have Spraycan clothing and armour. There was an instance where Mr. Loddy tried to get Spraycan clothing, like hoodie and pants, being accepted before, but that didn't happen. Maybe if he gave it another shot. He's been getting a whole bunch of other Spraycan collection skins getting accepted recently. Couldn't hurt. But yeah, I thought that's a nice, interesting thing. Now, financially speaking, Dragon Rage did perfectly fine. We don't get many bandana skins being accepted. So I do think that would sell quite alright if it was accepted. But we're slowly also getting towards October, Halloween sort of style skins now. Should we start expecting more spooky things at the moment? Maybe not for the next two Rustle rotations, but yeah, it's got a short chance of potentially getting accepted. Oh, what's he about to show off? What's he about to show off? What's he got right here? Mr. MICRØ is now wearing a... Oh, I thought you had a skit. Oh, there you go. I thought you were doing this, yeah. Because it just went to red and I was a bit confused. So yeah, there you go. Spraycan hoodie and pants. It wasn't accepted, unfortunately. I know a lot of you are going to sit there and say, I don't like that, it doesn't fit Rust. Hey, some people do appreciate these types of designs. Very colourful and in your face. Mr. Loddy was very successful with his graffiti storage collection. I wouldn't say no to potentially seeing a nice armour collection like this. We did have bombing collection, but we did see how well that kilt did, didn't we? In my most recent dumping and oversaturation video, I talk about how that just plummeted. Because we had far too many purchasers of the kilt. But the hoodie and the pants, they're still selling for around $10 a piece. So I wouldn't say no to another design like this after quite a long time. Because I don't think we've had a design like this since bombing. Anyway, Mr. MICRØ, how about we show off the Skullkiller boots and gloves, which are made by Mr. Horror Meow. So, gentlemen, we have been watching the Skullkiller collection progress ever so nicely, all nice and blue, all nice and shiny. So let's just take it from the bottom and work our way to the top. So, could you walk a little bit more forward because you're in the grass? Okay, I'm gonna. Oh, no, you're fine. Move back a bit. To me, to you. Yes, that looks nice, Mr. MICRØ. So I'm getting a nice zoom in, and it's lagging. Oh, damn. I think we're alright now. If I don't zoom in too much, it seems to be alright. Maybe if I just did it during daytime or nighttime. I'm not sure what's affecting the frame rate.
We could come back out over here where your body is, because we seem to do okay over here.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. I'm very sorry, chat. But yeah.
The swamp can be a little bit laggy, so it may just be when your stream is going, it gives us problems. So we'll just keep the swamp not in the background, and it should maybe do okay. So, let's just get a nice look at these boots, all nice and padded out with blue, as we've seen with the rest of the Skullkiller. Looking very nice. Nice style, Mr. MICRØ. Nice style indeed. Let's just rise up. Get a good look at these ever so interesting looking gloves. Road sign gloves, very nice, very nice. I wouldn't be surprised if we potentially see these being accepted. When would be the right time? Because like I've said quite a lot recently, I'm still anticipating the arrival of Skullkiller Tier 2 potentially appearing for this next Wipe Day Rustle rotation. But would we have room for that and this and Arctic Camo Hide Collection and JPEG Tier 3 MICRØ? We've got so many things to look forward to, but it doesn't look like they're all going to be accepted, and now I'm getting depressed. Well, can I stop you though? And maybe I misheard you, or maybe you misspoke, but you said that Skullkiller Tier 2. Were you referring to Black Gold Tier 2?
Black Gold. Sorry. Yeah, okay. See, brains mush. I'm still waiting for Black Gold Tier 2. And with the recent appearance of I don't need to be so zoomed into you. I can just whisper it to you. So basically, we've had 2 proper weeks of complete the sets, and we've talked about how that can mess around with the time frame rule that we've kind of been looking at. And again, what we also should point out is Facepunch could easily just turn around and say, you know what, we want to pick out an extra late skinner, a fairly older skin from about 4 or 5 weeks ago. They can just do that if they really wanted to. And we kind of did see that at the very beginning of September. We saw those 2 door skins, the gold armor door and the sheet metal door that I can't remember what it was. Oh no, that was the furnace door. Ah, that's it. So what I'm sitting here saying is, I still anticipate the potential to see the Skullkiller Tier 2 this next Thursday. The first week of restore rotation of October. Yes, MICRØ, yes. They
Black gold.
Black gold. Ah! What I meant to say was, we saw Skullkiller appear. We saw Skullkiller Tier 2 appear. What I'm led to believe is they felt perfectly confident to keep holding on to the Black Gold Tier 2 and then release it at a later time, because they probably feel that it would still sell perfectly fine at a very nice amount, as they've seen previously in the other 2 core pieces, the Tier 3 and the clothing. So, yeah, I do reckon we could probably see these with the Black Gold Tier 2. We could probably see these the week after or the week after that. We don't really get that many gloves and boots coming out as a group anymore, do we? We did see it earlier this year with the Dragon Rage, but could we end up seeing just an individual of them being accepted and one of them gets neglected? Black Gold was a bit weird, wasn't it? Because that came out with separate pieces of the 2. But I'm a bit rambly at the moment. Sorry about this. I mistakenly said Skullkiller twice instead of Black Gold Tier 2. Let's just move on to the next thing. I like it. It looks cool. Skullkiller's doing very nicely. We got all the core pieces out, and I'm pretty sure it would be a nice. What is there another chicken? Get him.
Where's he at?
You get him. Get him. I think he's down here. Where are you? You're not welcome. I found him. Destroy him. What aim was that? He's right there. He got away. Anyway.
Roof camping. I'm roof camping. I wouldn't dare step off of my base to go shoot somebody.
It's all right.
Not from this height.
He's left us. We're fine. So, what else do we have left to show off? We have. I think I've broke something. I can't get my inventory.
Oh, okay. Well,
it's invisible because I don't have anything there. We have a nice piece of clothing to show off. We have Serpent hoodie and pants. Mr. MICRØ, if you could please quickly show that off. Don't dump your clothes on the floor. Put it in a laundry box. Anyway, so Mr. Snake Eyes 312. He has now delved into making... I've tilted, and now I'm back. So, we have an interesting snakeskin design for a hoodie and pants. Give us a nice twirl, Mr. MICRØ. A nice simple twirl. Yes. So, when I first saw this, my first thought was we've had far too many black clothing and armor skins recently. I'm not sure if Facepunch would be happy to add another potential black clothing and armor skin set. But when I zoom in a bit more, MICRØ, is that actually very dark brown? Is that the one way it's going to manage to get in? I would have preferred the brighter colour all over. Do you know what we got here on the hood part and the patches? I think it would have probably been a whole lot better if he did the lighter snakeskin colour. I like the design regardless. I just think Facepunch is probably going to turn around and say, we've had too many very dark skins recently. Maybe we should skip that one. So, Mr. Snake Eyes, that's my only worry about it. Other than that, I'm happy to see that you've stuck with the set. It's a nice looking scaly design.
I think he actually did a pretty good job. I'm not sure about the symbol on the arm, on my right shoulder. It's kind of like a crash test dummy thing. It doesn't really stand out that much, so it's not that bad, but it's curious. But I like this. I like the design. I mean, it's simple, but it blends into a dark environment. Might also work as a burlap set and maybe not a full-on hoodie pants, but I think it has
Oh, the right, yeah. Sorry.
a bit of a shot.
That is a bit out of place. Yeah. We could ask him, I guess. Right then, so that is all of the clothing and armor pieces. We've shown off all the... It's shiny. Why is it so shiny? That's a bit weird. Alright, anyway. Yeah, could you twirl around? That's very reflective on the light. Huh. That's a bit odd. Oh well, you know, we'll point that out.
It's snake skin, right? So
yeah, that would...
I think that does sort of have a bit of gloss to it.
Yeah. Alright, no worries there then, that's all good. So, Mr. MICRØ, let's go with the deployables. I'm crouching, and now I'm not. Mr. MICRØ, we have 2 door skins. Shall we go take a look at... No, he's left me. How could you? So, we have a double armored door skin right here. That being the Cargo Heli armored double door made by Mr. Vlek. Mr. Vlek, this is a very interesting, cool-looking design. Mr. MICRØ, if you could turn off the lights, please. I want to see what these look like in the complete darkness. Yep, so, looking very good here. Let's just get a nice inspection of you. Ooh, heavily guarded, are we? So, we did see quite a lot of... Yes, it all glows. Mr. MICRØ's proving that the whole thing does in fact glow. If you stand in front of it at night time, it's going to give away your position. But Mr. MICRØ, we did see quite a decent amount of this cargo heli set come out. Was it 2021? Yeah, we haven't seen many this year, have we? We've seen the see-through small box. We've seen a crossbow. Sorry, I'm yawning. I'm tired, sorry chat. We've seen the crossbow, if I'm correct. Did we see another door? Am I wrong to say we've seen a door being accepted before? Oh yes, we did earlier this year. Cargo heli single armor door. That's right. It. Right, so it's very similar in that design.
This collection has quite a few items that are unaccepted. He's tried quite a few different pieces that are...
What did we see? Go on.
A bit unusual too.
So we saw... Cool. We actually picked out his fridge, didn't we? To show off as a potential thing to see. No, we didn't. But we did see his table. So he's got a table, he's got a fridge, he's got a whole variety of things. But
he's got a fridge, he's got a table, he's got a chair, a vending machine, a hammer, a barricade.
I'd like it.
Bow.
Yeah.
And this double door, the armored double door. There's 2 versions of this. There's actually a version without glow as well. Cool.
Right. So the likelihood of that being accepted is a bit iffy because Face Punch is a bit weird with double door skins this year. It really does look like we're only going to get 1 skin for the wood, sheet metal, and armored doors, double doors this year. I would like to be wrong, because as I said earlier earlier during this video, I do anticipate probably quite a decent amount of designs being put through for all the double doors skins during Halloween and Christmas, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see some acceptances there. But I am just unsure, because we've seen quite a lot of interesting designs this year for armor double doors. What's a good example? There was the double armor door from Hell. That was pretty cool. From Hell collection is fairly popular. Wasn't accepted. We saw the single from Hell door, armored from Hell door being accepted, sold for $3.99, but not the double ones, and I'm quite surprised by that. So if this single cargo heli armor doors accepted earlier this year. Do you think this will get accepted? I'm doubtful. I don't know what Face Punch's choice, how they build up to their choices. I'm not sure how it works. I would like to know. But they just seem to be avoiding double door skins, whether it's wood, sheet, and armored. So I don't know.
Do you remember what we were talking about earlier? How the sheet metal double door doesn't really see a ton of usage. I don't know this. I've never heard this, but I believe that they probably have some type of statistical analysis to evaluate just how frequently items get used in game. And when it comes to double doors, my opinion is that they're only really typically serving as a placeholder for a garage door. So double armored doors are not something that are easy to get to on the tech tree, or something that you really commonly find and then learn. So I just don't think they get used that much to warrant a whole assortment of double armored door skins.
Yeah.
It's not that in demand.
Usability probably would be what impacts the usage. That's not a bad shout, Mr. MICRØ. Right then, so I see some people do like the design of it. That's nice to see. Fly in the Clouds says he loves this door. Well, Mr. Fly in the Clouds, do you like this other door?
To say on the design itself, I think he did a great job. He integrated the military crates there, or the actually those are elite crates in the background. He did a good job of reusing the timed crate sort of theme. That orange welded angle iron is cool. He did incorporate some of those stickers that he uses on other things, and they're little cartoony stickers. They're cool. And he did a good job even on the wires. They follow a typical catenary shape that a dangling wire would have. So he did a good job with the modeling and the design. It fits the theme of the other existing items in the set, and it's a well-produced, well-done skin. The glow is a little bright for my taste. I could do with a little bit more subtlety to it, but that being said, I think it's a pretty well-done skin, and I like it. So the only question is whether or not it really has a place or a adequate demand to warrant being selected over top of the 70 or 80 other really high quality skins in any given week. So it's a tough choice on Face Punch's part, I would say.
I am getting a lot of people giving some positivity for it though, but one person did just say, I only use double doors if I get them from a crate. So you're kind of right there.
Exactly.
Usability.
Pain to craft. How many gears do you need? 5 gears for an armored double door, or an armored door in general?
Doesn't sound fun. Oh.
Well, and not just that, but then you have the issue of durability. I don't recall the exact numbers off the top of my head. Let me see. Here's my hammer. Look at the durability of a armored double door. It's 800. And if you look at the durability of a garage door, let me just spawn one of those in. I'm just going to use a default garage door skin.
Yep.
This has a durability of 600. So you've progressed to the point in wipe where you have a garage door, and to take that down and replace it with an armored double door would give you additional protection, but it's not a lot.
Yeah,
so,
to stress over getting an extra 200 is not really on people's minds. Better usage of your time, better usage of your resources. The 600 health with the garage door is sufficient enough for most people. I guess you're trying to say.
Well, you want as much health as you can. That's for sure. I mean, it costs boom to raid. And so you want to really increase someone's raid cost as high as possible as a deterrent, as a slowing mechanism. So you do want to have as much durability to the items as you can. It's maybe just an optimization problem trying to consider what it costs to craft. I mean, a garage door only costs 2 gears to craft. An armored door costs 5. So you're far more likely to have access to materials and blueprints to make garage doors than you are to making armored doors. If you're stacked with so much scrap that you can afford to learn the double armored door and then manufacture it, craft it using 5 gears a piece, well, then it actually is superior. It's not as slow to open. Garage doors kind of slow. They're noisy. So I think there's a balance there. It's just a matter of your gameplay style and your level of effort. I would say garage doors see a lot more use.
Yeah, all right then. Okay. Of course, because what's available, of course, how quick you can get them, and the actual opportunity to actually go ahead and get one. But all right then. But yeah, now I've got people sitting there saying, "Oh, good luck defending an online with garage doors." You got some people disputing in the chats, and hey, Louis, it depends. Do you have a massive group that you play with? It's probably a whole lot easier for you to be able to get double armored doors than it is to get a garage door for smaller groups and whatnot. People operate in different ways, and there you go. Yep. Now he's understanding.
Where you use them.
Yep.
If you have garage doors protecting your loot and doors protecting your passageways, personnel doors, I think that's a more optimal arrangement. I wouldn't use only garage doors in my base, but in my base, for example, just a 2x2 with honeycomb, maybe a small bunker design or something, I'm using garage doors in there, mainly because if I only have a 2x2, I probably don't have armored double doors or 15 gears to make them, but I could definitely put out 3 garage doors. And to be perfectly honest, I probably wouldn't even close those until I'm ready to log off. While I'm online and while I'm playing, my garage doors protecting my loot are usually open, just so I have easy access to my stuff. If I start getting raided, I'll shut the doors. But garage doors are bigger. They allow more passageway through the base. If you look at these double doors, they have a lip here. Like the opening doesn't go all the way to the ceiling like a garage door does. So you can't get a mini copter through a set of armored double doors.
Yeah.
Right, there's functionality. The functionality differs between the two items, and they serve different purposes.
Yes. Very well. That was quite a bit of a talk, a bit of a discussion.
Sorry about that.
It's all good. People ask. We've got people sitting here discussing this. It's fine. People are going to bring it. People are going to be discussing this in the future and whatnot. It's nice to have a platform to speak with others and just sit here and say, well, I like it because it's affordable. Well, I like it because it's better. It's just things like that.
Yeah.
So
technicalities and a lot of pros and cons that might vary in their significance based on your personal gameplay style.
And that's something that we have to keep in mind in regards to financials with skins, because it's easier to be able to get a hold of a garage door, more usage. Compare that with the likes of the armoured skins and whatnot, the armoured doors and the double armoured doors. Now, the saving grace with double armoured doors is we don't have any. We've got like 5. That's it. So, if we saw a whole lot more of the double armor door skins, they'd likely suffer a lot. And when they don't get used as much as garage doors, that would be a problem. So maybe that's the reason why Face Punch doesn't want to add so many double armor door skins. And when we look at the single armor door skins, especially after this year, when you put in so many, you see problems and their prices suffer because of it. Yeah, but that's the financial side of things. That's that's different. I'm sorry to have interjected your in-game analysis, Mr. MICRØ, but I am just applying that to it as well. Like,
it's perfect. We gotta look at both sides of the coin there.
Yeah.
There's so many factors that influence desirability, market performance, and we could sit here for hours and micro or disassemble every single component of it. But it's good to look at the macro side of things and just look at the big drivers in and usage.
I would just straight up sit here and say we did have the Outer Planets. There's a chicken. Go destroy him. There, we did see the Outer Planets glow-in-the-dark double door appear early this year, and that sold quite a lot. But we looked at it and we thought, we're probably not going to get another double armor door skin for a long time. Lo and behold, that was true. Go look at the Outer Planets double door skin now. It's selling for like $5 to $6 at the moment, when it sold for $3 in the Rust store. If that was accepted, I wouldn't be surprised if it flourished as time goes on, because I really don't anticipate or expect another double armoured door skin being accepted anytime soon. Maybe Halloween, maybe Christmas, but that's it. And they're holiday themed, so they're not as desirable. But when you have hardly any other options, people would probably end up using them anyway. Right then, Mr. MICRØ, shall we talk about the final skin?
Not final.
Yeah.
We do have another deployment.
Oh yeah, we have. Sorry about that. I forgot about you. You just sit there, lay down there, and we'll be over there in a minute. So, it is the camouflage door, camouflage sheet metal door. This is what I was talking about. I did mention when a skin is brought back for a collection. Could you turn the lights back on, Mr. MICRØ? I want to get a good look at it at night time. I did mention when an older skin collection gets an appearance in a complete the sets, it usually gives the creator a nice sense of motivation to come back to the collection and add more to it. And lo and behold, that's exactly what I think we're seeing here. Camouflage Tier 2 was accepted for complete the sets. Now we've got a camouflage door. And it's a bit silly. It's a bit wacky, but you know, I'll be honest with you, I think it's a bit, I don't know, plain. It's literally, don't kill it. Oh, okay.
I just wanted to light it up. Let me turn off the floor light and show it at an angle.
Yeah.
You did a good job with the normals.
Yeah, that does look pretty cool there.
Personally, I've been in love with the cow set since the hoodie and pants came out. I bought the instant it went on sale, and I can't say how much I love it. Now, I love it for the meme, but I have had success in snowy biomes wearing the cow set, and I would buy this door 100% just for the meme. It's funny, it's cute, it's silly, it's rusty, and it's got udders on it.
Yeah,
which
adorable. One? Oh, I was going to sit there and say which one's the handle that you twist to be able to get in. Oh. I'm sorry, I interrupted your joke with my other terrible joke. We're terrible. We are terrible. But yeah, problem, sheet metal double. It's a sheet metal door, and we've had far too many of these come out this year, to the point where none of them are really being a nice profit. And financially speaking, I don't have a lot of faith with that door. Very little, to be honest. It's a cool design, and you definitely like it, but I don't think people are going to be faithful to it, and I wouldn't be surprised if they just drop it on the market when they're done with it after a week or two. But
I'll buy it.
Yeah,
I'll buy all the losers.
You're going to buy all of them? Are you?
You know what? I want to see it next, like, regardless if this gets accepted or not, what I want to see is a bearskin rug with this.
Not a bad idea. Yeah,
amazing.
Because we have started to see designs like this. Like 2 weeks ago, we saw the what's it called? It was the garage door Dead Souls. Is that correct? Dead Souls, where they had like the top nailed in, and that looked really cool. And now I'm seeing this on this door. It's a cool idea because it definitely comes across as a bit more realistic. Like in the lore of Rust, I think it would work. The others are a bit silly, but yeah, people nailing down a tarp over a door rather than having paint to use, I think would be like a bit more realistic. But yeah, then you got the udders and the tail. I guess this is a like anti-furry door. I guess this is what we do to people who wear animal skin. I don't know. Hey, speak to the skin creator if you need to know the real answer. Right, Mr. MICRØ. Oh, what are we doing? Oh, don't tell me you're going to dress. Well,
I gotta do it. I gotta do it, and I gotta stand with my favorite door.
Alright, well, I'm getting it twisted. Untwist it. Let's go. So, what do we have right here? We have what is the sleeping bag called? Friendly sleeping bag made by Mr. Verona. So let's just get a nice rise up on you. Hello, I am Friendly Bag. I'm trying my best not to look at MICRØ to avoid giving him attention. Good night. Yes. So, cool design. We did see quite a lot of I am Friendly doors appearing earlier this year. It's been fairly successful. We did see the glow-in-the-dark I am Friendly wooden door being accepted this year. That I remember. We saw a double door trying to get in before, if I recall. Was there anything else that we saw trying to be accepted? That's one thing I don't fully remember. It doesn't glow in the dark. MICRØ?
I think it was just the doors, I believe. I don't remember if there was other things.
I don't know. I think we only had the wood door. I don't think we had a sheet metal or an armor door or anything like that. But yeah, nice and simple design. I wouldn't say no to it. When was the last sleeping bag that we had accepted? Cool, that's... here I go, thinking about that again. It was... my brain. Seriously. Was it? It wasn't. Chat. What was the last glow in the? What was the last? I've run out of water.
Hedge is broken. We need to call in the hedge repairman.
We had Outer Planets. Was that? That can't have been the last one. I'm going crazy now. I, for the life of me, cannot remember what the last sleeping bag was. That was accepted. Molten Visage was before Outer Planets. It doesn't matter. What matters is it's a cool looking design, and I wouldn't be upset if it's accepted. I would like to sleep comfortably knowing that I am friendly. Outer Planets or Molten Visage was the last. Yeah, I must be correct. It must have been Outer Planets. I was correct. Okay, I'm not going crazy.
The most recent was Outer Planets, and before that was Molten Visage, Dead Souls, and Spraycan.
Yeah.
We also had Twitch Rivals in there.
That's it. So actually, that means we haven't had a sleeping bag for a while. So that's actually got a very good opportunity of getting in. Oh, best of luck to you then, Mr. Verona. Perfect timing. But we'll probably start seeing some Halloween sleeping bags soon. There was that really cool design by Shedmon that we saw very recently. Eternal Sleep? Eternal Rest? Yeah, I think we'll see that being accepted. Where are you going and what are you doing? Why are you jumping?
I'm showing off my tail.
Right.
So you get a good look at it.
So this is what we've been reduced to. Do we have any other skins to show off? I really hope not. Because okay. Stop it. Stop existing. Alright then, Mr. MICRØ, I think we've wrapped it up. We've done Serpent clothing, Spraycan, bandana, we've done Skullkiller, gloves and boots, we've done JPEG tools, we've done lightweight tools, we've done Glister hunting bow, friendly sleeping bag, cargo heli armor double door, and the camouflage sheet metal door. We've done everything, and you look ridiculous.
In case it's not obvious, I don't know if we said it or not, but we showed off this week's store items, and what we've shown up until this point after that were the continuation items. So these are anything that are continuations of existing set items, and there's a whole bunch more items that are on the workshop that we aren't showing, but they're new and unique, and other items that don't qualify as continuation. So that's what we're bringing to you here, is just stuff that extends already existing sets.
So, I'd like to thank you, Mr. MICRØ, for your help today, bringing out your true self, it seems. Thank you for posing. Sorry, chat, I'm sorry if we froze today a bit. I saw some bits and points where it happened, but hopefully, with next week, new computer, 3080 Ti, 32 gigs of RAM. But guys, I'm upgrading, and I will be back playing Rust again, and I'll be able to stream it as well. So, We can keep an eye out for that. We can watch a skin analyst play Rust. I can't go to Happis. I'm an analyst. So, yeah. Thank you, Mr. MICRØ. I appreciate your help. And thank you, chat. I hope you have a lovely day. And I hope you like the skins that we showed off. Thank you all. Thank you very much.